we've talked into a lot. Okay. So we're talking into past lives, we're talking into, the predestined plan. So the plan before we come here. Okay. So before we come to earth, we have a plan. We have goals that we want to accomplish. We have things that we want to strengthen and expand in. So when we look at, I'm going to talk about the before we came. Okay. When we look at the way that we are before we come, we are the all that is. So we have, when you have, like people talk about leaving the body, you talk about here after life, out of body experiences, or they pass away and they come back, right? So when they pass over, you are in a complete and utter state of bliss. Okay. So now this is, a lot of people don't talk into this, and this is why Christianity and other religions, and I don't mean to foo-foo them, because I love that everything has a space and a place and everything has its meaning and it is needed. Okay. It's always needed for each time space that we are in. Christianity was definitely needed for a while. It probably is still needed in a lot of spaces. It's not in the space that I work in, but I do believe in Christ consciousness. Okay. So a whole nother corridor, not going there. We're going to come back to Christ consciousness, Christianity. So when we're talking in the spirit space, right, and we're talking about the all that is, and I know we're talking about passing over, there are different elements of spirituality of the all that is. Okay, so what I'm saying is I'm not fulfilling Christianity, I'm not fulfilling religion. I believe that everything has a space and it is place and it is perfect exactly the way it is, and that's why it's all there. It's just not where I talk into. I don't like doctrination. I don't like I don't like forcing information into anybody. I believe we are all growing and expanding as sovereign beings, as who we are and our perspective, and that it shouldn't be limited to, and that's why. Okay, so back to this. So before we come, and when we pass over, and the reason why we don't talk into it very much is because it is beautiful, and there is the risk of suicide, right? So we talk about a lot of people that commit suicide. Oh, that's so selfish. How dare they? La, da, 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 da. That's the human experience, or the human experience of suicide. We all know that there is something better. We all have that inner knowing that there is something better. We come to this human incarnation because it limits us. Okay. So we have to make sure we are clear on what we're talking about here. Okay. So the limitation of being in the physical vessel, we get to feel everything as a whole, as in like, as that one emotion, let's put it that way. Oh, now I see why they gave me this card. I was like, why have I got this card? This is the water guardian. So this card is connect with your emotions. Okay. Haha. So it always ends up coming out. So the reason why we have embodied, so when you're a part of the whole, when you're a part of all that is, you pretty much you do learn and grow, but you don't grow and learn as fast or as expansive as what you do here on the earth planet. Why? Because the human vessel is amazing. We're here to embody it all. We're here to embody all of our emotions. So when we talk about our emotions, it is one emotion. So I just feel sad. I feel sad. I feel angry. It doesn't mean that the emotions don't progress it and manifest into something else, but it is along that. But so you get to feel it and you get to embody it, and you embody it is the word, right? When you are not in a physical vessel, you don't embody it. It's just something that's circulating, and it's not something that you can grow and expand in completely, because it's just here and then it's gone, because it's all that is. It's all the feelings of beauty, of passion, of excitement, of, all of that, as well as the others, but it's all molded in and balanced out, right? It almost becomes, when you alchemize enough, it's like just power, this power. So we're here to experience all of our emotions, all of our layers. And why? So that we can grow and expand, so that when we go back to the all that is, we go back to our natural state, our natural form. We have, what they're saying is that we're able to connect and associate with those feelings more because we have experienced them. Also, you can come in more as a guide, but you can come in and help guide those who are in the physical because you've had those experiences. You get to reincarnate and have even better experiences, because those ones that come in and you're like, man, they just don't know. They just know. Like, look at that baby. Baby going to bloody talk to me and it's a newborn, and that's because they have had many lifetimes. And so they get to come in and make massive impact on the collective consciousness when they come back. Okay. So not necessarily my favorite corridor to have. As you can see, I'm kind of like, nah, but it is a corridor it's a part of the foundational process of how you get to grow and expand within the space. When you know these kinds of layers, you kind of know, okay, cool. See, I'm more like, I want to play, but actually this is very important corridor to have. All right, so I'm just going to pull another card. Be devoted and committed. What are you saying? These are new cards. I don't actually, but I love them. They're absolutely stunning. But I don't know them very well. I probably should have pulled from my other cards, and then I'm like, recording right now. Be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. Very in alignment with what we're talking about. Of course. Devotion is the powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only about a body, but about also a soul. How can this stuff, you can't lie about this stuff, guys, is all you need to continue growing and expanding. So I always get it, like, it's funny, this is my stuff, this is my mahi, but I always love it. I just love it when the signs are like, there you go. No, that's what she was just saying. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important that you can take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. Guys, we have like a major shift in consciousness. 333, by the way, anybody that is looking for synchronicity, alignment with source, if you need a sign, 333 might have meaning for you. Look it up what the angel number means. We're coming into a space where we're going to have major changes. Sorry. The heartache and loss card just came up, and I just say, I can just throw that away. But no, I can't just throw that away. These changes are coming up for our good. And this is what I want you to remember. You have to stay in it, stay true to yourself, okay? Remember that you have all the tools and skills to get through whatever is coming up. And that what will happen is when this stuff happens, when it is pushing and expanding and making you go, what the? It's all for you. This is all for you. And remembering also to talk to your spirit team, talk to your guides, talk to the all that is said. Look, hey man, this is too much. Can we soften this? Can we soften this life lesson right now? It's too much for me. I need it softer. You have the right to ask for that. You have the right to say, this is what I need to get through it. I need a support team. I need people that see me. I need people that love me. I need more than, and I need, they're just saying to me right now, you can ask for that. But if you've got this pattern of constantly, allowing people to enable their behavior, so stopping them from stepping into their own power, they will not surround you with any more people to continue that pattern. Your pattern is to step into your own sovereignty. This is the year for it. This is the year where we all step into our own manamutake, our own personal power, sovereign power, but there will be things that will force us into that. There will be relationship breakdowns. There will be, and relationships within, it doesn't have to be your partner. It can be your family. It can be friendships. It can be community. Those aren't there to go and push you down and make you feel horrible and isolated and ostracized. So those are all the emotions that you may feel. They are there to help you grow and expand and to look inward. Okay, now the faster we do this, the less this lesson drags out. Okay, remembering that the sooner we go, the strong relationship with you that will, that can push you back into that state of being enabled, and you think, oh yeah, I like this, because then that way I get to just kind of coast behind them. They do all the mahi, I just get the treats. So what I'm trying to say is that you will be tested. Spirit will go, okay, cool, you ready to give it up? You sure? Here you go. Here's your mum. Oh, hey son, I've got 10 grand for you. Hey daughter, I've got 10 grand for you. Now, no strings attached. You just have it. I just want to give that to you. You don't take it. You give it back. Boom. Automatically spirit goes, lesson's done. Well done. That's it. It's over. That pattern will not now manifest within your friendships, extended family, work, blah, da, 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 da. You're now standing and stepping into your true sovereignty of who you are. You now know that you can create and manifest that 10,000. You don't need to be handed it to you. And that actually you do better when you create it yourself versus someone else giving it to you and keeping you locked into that enabled position. One more, I think. Yeah, take time to reflect. Okay. I'm going to bring it up in here because the last time that was really good. So we all have our things, right? We all have our issues. And clearly with me being, made to feel like because I have all of these gifts, it makes it quite hard for me to want to share them because they are gifts, and then so it's like, hold on, if I share them and then I'm going to be kind of scrutinized and made to feel like there's something wrong with me, why would I share them? But I'm going to. So this is the stuff I'm working through, right? So I just have to share it. I just actually have to mana up and just share it, because my whole point, the whole reason why I want to do this work is, one, I don't want other people to feel this way. I don't ever want anybody to feel like because they're tapping into their spiritual gifts that there's something wrong with them. I really, really, there's big wound for me. As you can see, this eye over here is darkening. So it's like part of my shadow stuff that I'm working through, but that can just chill out because I'm working through it. And also, I want people we're coming into a space where we are starting to all open up to our gifts. And I want to offer a space where we can do that collectively. And so that, you don't get too lost along the way. Because we're being forced into it, guys. Like, well, I'm not, but like the rest of the collective are being forced into it. And it's scary because it is going to shift all that It's not, it can be a challenging space when you have been conditioned to think a certain way. And all of a sudden, everything is different, and that's why, for so long with talking into people, thinking that I'm, crazy or whatever, it's because it's challenged all the conditioning that they've had. And when people are conditioned to think a certain way, they'll hold on to it, they'll fight for it, whether they believe it to be true or not, but it is what they believe is keeping them safe, right? And so if that's what they believe is keeping them safe, they'll do whatever they can to keep that narrative alive. Okay. And that's just the reptilian part of the brain, is how we have survived for so long. It is what they believe has kept you safe, it is the effects of so many different things. But, as we see the Western world starting to collapse, we need to get back into our Indigenous roots. And if you look into every single bloody culture out there, every Indigenous culture, we all have a spiritual space that we all stem from, because that is us connecting to our wholeness. That too, Mirror Guardian. What does she say? Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. So they talk about, angels accepting you just the way you are, even when you were going through a challenging time. Right? So what and I will read the rest of it. What they're saying is that as we go through this time of heartache, loss, the first one is you may not like who you are at different times of this growth and expansion. You may not like it. You may not like yourself. There may be times where you are like judgmental, like, oh my God, I can't believe I treated that person that way. I can't believe I did that. And this is all good. You may go into a space of self-flagellation. And that is just you looking at yourself from a high perspective. So now this is the thing. This is as we tap into our spiritual gifts, we then we're not separate, but we then realize that actually we are spirit having the human experience, not human having the spirit experience. Okay. So when that shift happens and you realize that you're actually up here looking down on this physical form, you then can start to judge yourself because all of this information up here starts to come into here more so fluidly and more consciously than subconsciously. And then you start going, oh man, this knowledge that I got, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Actually, you didn't have that knowledge before. So don't be so hard on yourself. Okay. It's so easy to look back and say, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And I shouldn't have done this. And I shouldn't have done that. But actually, if you had had the knowledge that you have now, would you have? That's the question. So what they're saying is that the angels accept you for all that you are. So accept you for all that you are. You are exactly where you're meant to be. You are exactly perfect. Like, as I love my children the way that I do, perfect, whole and complete. Oh, don't get me wrong. I do yell at them, I'm not. And, I'm still having my human experience too. And I do have my capacity, but I love them wholly and completely. So when they're screaming and yelling and acting the way that they are, I am loving them. And when I am doing the same, which I try not to do very often, but if I do, they're the same. Everything is projection, right? Everything is a projection of what is happening internally. So love yourself that much and you'll be able to love others that much. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life. I just love it. Confirmation. To take the time to know all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to do so as well. Now, this is the truth. As I talk into my own stuff, saying how, I've been ostracized, I've been alienated, all the things. I never gave myself permission to step into this space. I never gave myself permission to do this work. I was told, it's wrong, be careful, Katie. Some Catherine, Katie, people don't understand that. They won't like it. We need to keep you safe. And so I thought, that's bad. Honestly, I grew up thinking the word matakete was a bad word. I honestly thought that it was, I have a soft understanding of te reo Māori, the Māori language, but I don't have, and a lot of that is actually from my psychic abilities, is when I understand. So when people are talking, it's more along a frequency line that I can understand it. Like, because I didn't accept it, other people couldn't accept it in me. Now I accept it. Now I love this about me. I love these gifts. I am still working through my own stuff. And a lot of us our light workers have come in to help guide the way. There are many different layers to it. One is that we were burnt at the stake. We were, treated like it's so wrong because of, indoctrination, because of religion was so fierce, and making us the bad guys. We've come back to really kind of make a point of, you were wrong. And so, there is that space within us now where we're starting to, but work through that shadow side of it so that we can really come out and be fierce within, in this space. And so, because I am okay with this part of myself now, others will be. Because remembering everything is a projection of what's going on internally inside of you. And so the same for anything that you're going through, whether it be, I don't like people judging me. I don't like the feeling of, I've never been enough. All of that. I can tell you now, if you start doing the work on yourself and you start saying to yourself, and like, I find subliminals amazing when it comes to this kind of thing. Like, you are enough. There is a lady called Marissa Pierce. She's a hypnotist. I love her work. She is fantastic. She talks about, reprogramming. So when you go to sleep at night, listening to these subliminals, listen to this hypnosis, so that it's really getting into the core part of your brain that turns on when you're not consciously creating. So it rewires the bits that have created your brain to think in this way. You rewire it to say, I am enough. I am perfect exactly the way I am. I love everything about me. I love the things that make me different. I love the things that, others can't do that I can do. I love everything about me. Instead of, oh my God, other people can't do this. Oh no, I better not. I better hide who I truly am. I better hide my gifts because, people will da 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 da. Yes, of course. Anybody that fears something is going to try and, create a narrative around it that they can control, because that's all it is it's just fear. And they're going to fight for it, and they're going to do all the things. And all you need to do is just say, that's cool, man. That's your truth. That's not mine. And just because you believe that doesn't mean that I have to. So there's a lot of, internal work. I do quantum healing hypnosis therapy. I've noticed that a lot of, it's funny because quantum healing hypnosis therapy comes from Dolores Cannon, her work. Now, we're going to remember as well that hypnosis is just another form of meditation. Okay, it is about rewiring the brain so that it better serves you. We looked at hypnosis, and it's funny again, we're talking about the things that people have created a negative narrative on in order to be able to control the narrative, right? And so hypnosis has always been, excuse me, I feel like I get this pressure on my shoulder. Hypnosis has always been something where people think, oh, they're going to turn me into a chicken, or they've kind of, they've kind of made it into like a comedy kind of a thing, in order to, minimize its power. But actually, hypnosis is the best way. If we look at people that have experienced trauma, and we look into EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization reprocessing. Now, that is all another form of hypnosis, and the form of hypnosis that helps you to go back to reprocess the trauma that you've experienced. When you reprocess it, you're not in a state of fight or flight, because the body wouldn't actually go into a state of fight or flight after it's experienced trauma, because it's there to protect you, right? And so what we want to be doing is we want to be reprocessing that to say, hey, we're not there anymore. So when I smell that scent that person was wearing when they abused me, it doesn't trigger me like, oh my gosh. You go, oh, that's okay. Yeah, that happened, but it's not happening now. I'm safe now, right? And so this is what hypnosis can do. Hypnosis can go in, reprogram, rewire your brain, and help you to live the best life that you deserve to live right here, right now. So yeah, okay. Last card. It's like playing last cards with my kid. The Shalom Master. It's our last one. Thank you. If you've stayed this long and you've listened in, thank you so much. Thank you for trusting me with my insight. Thank you for being here with me. And I really hope that I get to do some one-on-ones with you at some point. If you do want to do one-on-ones with me, you go onto my website, catherineparrslight.com. But you can check me out on Facebook. You can check me out on Instagram, and also there is my podcast that I'd love for you to listen to, because there are some amazing people on there that will have so much insight, and they're just really great communicators, amazing at sharing this knowledge. So masters, teachers, ascended masters. And also what I wanted to also say is, please, if you do follow any of my work, please like, share, follow. The more that you do that, the more it helps get my work out there, and it means that I can make a bigger impact. I'm looking at doing my circles very soon locally. I will be doing retreats this year here in Whangapoa, beautiful returning to wholeness retreats. I also have one lined up with Franco Peta at Mana in Manaia. That's going to be very exciting. I'll have more information on that shortly. And also, yeah, just please share as much and follow as much as you can. All right, this is it. Last card, team. Shalom Master, be graceful in movement and action. Slow and steady, breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. So, Shalom medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation and tap into the energy running through your body and preserve it in order to release it at the right moment. It also teaches subtlety, because when you are too forceful, you use too much energy, and that may not be supportive of what you are working on. So you are being guided to flow like water, blow like the air, and connect with the purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus on your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happened. All right, team. Sending you lots of love, light, happiness, connection to source, connection to your sovereign being, connection to the whole of you. Until next time.